EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mitchell. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First down, here's Mitchell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They spent the week in practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game. They
work now on 2nd and 9. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. A good pickup there at 22.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Play action. It's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's going to launch it for Washington. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is...
Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And boy, a rough start to this one as this kick goes out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He drops this one off underneath here for Hill. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. A gain there of 21 yards. They go play action now. Jackson got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd-round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw hauled in by Washington.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On play action, Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Trying to find Calvin Austin, but it'll be 2nd down. Look at this Baltimore defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. 23 yards on the play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, it's Rodgers.
And completes it again to Metcalf. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Rodgers wants to change the look.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A handoff for Warren.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are back within a score.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action. Now Rodgers.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Jackson on 1st down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw again is Jackson.
Looking deep here for Flowers.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Running left, it's Warren. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Rodgers.
Catch is made by Metcalf. Driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Nnamdi Madubuike. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Jackson will throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
Now Rodgers.
He'll find Metcalf. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Sliding out of the pocket.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more. Flushed out right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Throwing is Jackson.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Again, Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 15.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's brought down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a rate.